This is going to be a very moving and emotional time for the city, especially for the people in and around Lower Manhattan who decided to lay claim to the community and stay here and not leave and rebuild Lower Manhattan. And in fact, if some of our city and state officials had such a commitment to rebuilding Lower Manhattan that you do, we would be in a lot better shape. So with the trials coming to Lower Manhattan, there has to be a responsibility from the city to make sure that the people who have stayed here and who are part of this neighborhood do not get trampled. And that is something that the elected officials have to take very seriously. And I want to just pledge to you that our office is ready to go, ready to discuss with you what we need to do to ensure safety, ensure that people are able to live their lives even in the midst of what is going to be a very emotional and serious trial, and historic trial that's going to happen in Lower Manhattan.
One of the things that concerns me is that I had heard that Commissioner Kelly, as a means of giving us added security, plans to put sharpshooters on the roofs. Now, what form is that going to take? I mean, what kind of, as the gentleman said, quality of life, what kind of quality of life is that? For us, our children, and the whole community.
For the community and also for small businesses.
Yes.
And the tourism industry in our community, which is a big tourism site, and in the larger city, which is a tourism capital. Yes. So therefore, I think that our elected officials have not, those who have made the decision have not considered these, the impact on this particular community. Because we, many of the small businesses, as we all know who live here, close to Park Road, have shut down the first street up in about 32 years right after 9/11. Some of them have disappeared forever, and there are many empty storefronts, as some of us already know. So the impact, the deliveries, I mean, well, businesses want to be here, and therefore, this is going to impact the types of services and goods we're going to have in our neighborhood.
Because what's happening is we've already lost faith in the NYPD. They've already taken advantage of our community. We have already succumbed to the terrorists by changing the way of life already. For the last 8 years, we still live in a police state.
Yes.
So it's only going to get worse. So even though I appreciate the bureaucracy of taking a list of all the things that we want addressed, more importantly is we have to prevent a lot of this happening. We have to talk to the officials. We have to talk to the Attorney General. We have to get those kind of meetings and raise the roof and make a lot of noise.
We are going to be under an extraordinary circumstance. And we have to let the city and the government know that because of our extraordinary circumstance, they have an extraordinary responsibility. Part of the extraordinary responsibility is 24/7 access to whatever we need. Meaning emergency access, delivery access, getting out of here, getting into here. Whatever we need to have should be a kiosk or something that we can go and knock on the door and have an answer right then, right there. And if necessary, have someone come to us right away from whatever agency. These are extraordinary things that we're going to be having to endure, and we need to have an extraordinary solution to it.
And the other thing is that when you're talking about still trying to fight it, maybe we should just do everything, but do it simultaneously.
Yes.
So that we don't, we don't lose sight of getting the information. And I think it's really good to raise these questions now and try to get some answers. I think all the elected officials, we will work with all of you to follow up and to request the meetings. I mean, the police department, their word to us, I think to Alex Gerson's office, was that they don't have a plan yet. Okay? So what does that mean? Maybe it's not happening, they're not sure? Well, then this is the time to ask those questions.